there, chums. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a quick sort of run through on the sort of rules for this game. So let's just split this in half. Let's just pretend that's one player, that's the other player. Okay, so I'm playing this sort of like, you know, open-handed. So player one, whoever goes first, will read out a stat. So value, damage potential, shield strength, hyperdrive range, or maneuverability. Okay, so there's quite a few different things they can choose from there. Also, if it's your go, you can ask them to reveal the lore on their card. And you can only do that 3 times a game. And what the idea is the other person will read out the lore on their card. So this one, for example, is a Viking hauler that acts as a void egg transportation from the void to the Nexus to be sold for Quicksilver. This hauler is called the Dancer, as you can hear the melody of the egg as it travels. So you know, haulers, you know that the shield strength on those is usually going to be pretty good, and because it says that it travels a lot, I'd imagine the hyperdrive range would also be fairly good. Okay, so in my hand I've got a fighter, so I know that if I went for damage potential, there's a good chance I'm going to beat the hauler. So I'll be going for damage potential in this case, and yes, I would beat the hauler. The hauler will go into a scrap pile. Okay, and now my card, because I've won, will go to the back of my deck, and then it goes on to the next one, and because I won, it's my go again. So then I can choose one of the stats again. However, if I wanted to, I could go for core. And if you go for core, anything in the brackets, so if I say, if I go for, so if I went for damage potential on this one, I'm going to win. And if I win, I get to destroy that one, which goes into there. But because I used core, I'm then allowed to salvage a ship from there. And I will go for, say, this one. Awesome. So I then get 2 cards to go to the back of my deck, like so. Awesome. But if I would have lost on that one, and because it was from core, the other player would have got to have taken a card from the scrap pile. So you can do that. But going from core, because it's the baseline stats, you know, it's a bit more risky. Anyway, the winner is the person that has the most cards at the end. Well, the loser basically is the person who runs out of cards. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you're running low on cards, it's best to go for core, take the risk, and get something from the scrap heap. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if you wanted the game to speed up a bit, you can always get rid of the whole core values bit and just say, you know, the ships stay in the scrap location. But that's pretty much the game. That's it. There's no sort of expanded stats and that, so you get to ask them to reveal the lore 3 times. And yeah, you can go by core to get a ship from the scrap pile. To work out who goes fast, I'd say a coin flip, or you have like the best out of 5 games or something like that, and you take it in turns to go first and second. And that's pretty much it. Well, chums, if you do get 2 cards where you have a draw, so you can see there that the actual value of these 2 ships is 107,500,000, so they're pretty much joint. All you would do is the person that actually chose value, the person that was actually in control, would then choose a secondary value. Now they could choose core, again that would dip into the scrap if they won, but yeah, so they would go on to the next one. But what I would say is you've got to be very careful with core, because you're more likely to hit a draw on core stats if you had the same ship types, like explorer to explorer, fighter to fighter. But yeah, so in this case, say if the fighter was the the person in control, so yep, the card on the left. So yeah, they could choose damage potential, and that would beat the explorer in this instance. So that would sort of like break the tie break. So there we go. So that's what happens in the event of ties. You just choose a secondary stat, and yet continue on as normal. Yeah, you know, you can change the rules up however you wish, but it's quite a good little game, and it works quite nicely. So that's the basic rules. I will be doing a video of me playing this live with my partner in the very near future. I'll be putting the link to this card deck in this actual video, and thank you very much for watching. Thanking you! I don't think I can get my head in there. There I am! Hello! Hello! Goodbye, people. Goodbye.